Yeah, it's been a minute since I felt the love. When I get my jib, I pay the ins on the man. No mago sugar beso besola man. Inko mina ngiti langa la shona lan. One selection and I have number.
Kelvin is one of the torch bearers.
Kevin broke barriers. That's what brought me closer to him.
Kelvin didn't stop.
It was amazing.
Always pushed.
It's one of a kind.
He set the trend, he set the platform.
Kelvin ijaha lelelele phambi kwethu lizelwe mhla ka-15 ngoDisemba ngo-1985 ngokuswelakala kwenhlanhla mhla ka-24 October 2020 wadlula. Ukhule njengabo bonke abantwana emulini, waya esikolo. Primary yakhe wayenzela eMafakela, isecondary yakhe waya esikhulile, wasesiyaqedisa eDavid Livingstone. Inhlanyelo yemusic ayiqalanga khathesi, iqale evele eminyane ethe tender age really esese grade 5 kwakuvele sekukhanya inhlansi yokuthi hayi mina ngithanda lokhu, mina ngifuna lokhu. Ekugcineni kwakho ngoba yikho lokho esikubonayo.
Look at what on a double since day one.
I'm speaking on behalf of Kelvin's siblings, of which I'm the elder brother. This past week for us as a family has been an emotional roller coaster. From being told of the accident to having to go to the mortuary to identify him, trying to console mom, trying to understand in detail what exactly happened, who the culprits were, dealing with the media and those whom his life touched. The emotional roller coaster came from the fact that while we have been in deep pain and shock with what has confronted us, the outpouring of support, the love that has been shown from around the country, from across the globe, the amazing support from his friends, from the music industry, the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Arts and Culture, the corporate world, in particular making special mention to Ingwebu Breweries, FSG, the media bodies, has been deeply touching.
I lost count on the number of times you would call me at 3 a.m. saying, "Dude, listen to this song. Oh, dude, put this song on iTunes." We worked together on so many things. We worked on getting your music online, on getting your music on the biggest streaming music platforms. We worked together on the app, on the website, and on Wallface Records. We did so much work together, despite being in 2 different continents. Days leading to your death, making plans and moves. We were both excited about our project, and we were talking a lot about our kids, how we couldn't wait for them to meet each other and hoping they would be as close as we were. I can go on for hours talking about the things that we did together and the memories we created. My heart is broken. I'm devastated. I still don't think this is real. I still call your phone hoping you will pick up and tell me some crazy story about where you've been. Who is going to be waking me up in the morning at 3 a.m. to make me listen to music?
You gave us a moving speech up there. Can you say something to the hip-hop community, especially in Bulawayo, that have lost their king?
No, it's not just about Bulawayo. We've actually lost a king nationwide. Like I said, Kelvin set the trend. He set the platform. He said he was fearless. He did things that people couldn't do, and like we were so alike. And at first, I never liked him, but I realized this kid is really fearless. Let me talk to him, and we spoke, and man, he turned out to be the biggest gem that hip hop has ever had those past decades. And like, we became brothers, we became friends, we became family friends. So it's devastating. He can't be replaced. I don't think there's ever gonna be a Vin, but we will try and make sure his legacy lives on.
This next question may sound awkward, but I need to ask it as an artist myself. Why is that his popularity, his kingship, did not culminate for him having a castle, into riches?
Like I said, when you heard me speaking, not many promoters gave him the chance. Not many people gave him the chance. We got along because I took a risk and I gave him the chance, and he became the man that he is. And everybody that has given Kelvin a chance has seen what he's done on their platforms, on any other platforms. So it becomes that point whereby certain promoters need to go out and actually give these kids a chance. Then asked for one chance, he asked for it the whole week. 2014, it was just one chance, and everybody knew about him. He was already big in Bulawayo, but so I think we need to be open-minded. A lot of people, when we're doing events, we depend on, Tinam Dara, we've got this Mdara who's going to come perform. But if you keep investing in the Madaras, what about the youngsters? The youngsters at some point are going to become the Madaras. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? The youngsters are going to become the Madaras. You see? So we have to groom. When you put the Madara there, put a youngster that challenges the Madara. Then people know, okay, after this we've got him. After that we've got him. You get what I'm saying? I advocate for promoting arts culture. That's why I'm into hip hop. I promote urban culture. I promote youth. I'm always funding youth. I'm out there for youth because the youths are the future. And this right here is testimony. This right here is testimony. Some people will calculate and say, nah, we'll go to Vin's next show. We'll go to Vin's next show, Calvin's next show. But you don't know when his last show is. This is his last show. I tell you, the bulk of all these people have never been to one of his shows.
You can say that again.
The bulk of these people never been to one of his shows. You understand? But now they're at his last show. What does that teach us? Let's look at the Bafana. Let's look at these lighties, these youngsters.
You can express yourself in Shona.
Yes. They are the future, they are everything, they are the gems. You get what I'm saying? I personally come to Bulawayo when I can, and I'm in the studios. I'm all over the streets, not just Bulawayo, Mutare. I'm everywhere. Why? I'm passionate about music. I'm passionate about hip hop. I'm passionate about finding the next best thing. Now we've lost the king.
What message can you give to our radio stations? Because I see they have a passion or a bias on playing more of South African music than local, especially on hip hop.
What they need to understand is back then, let's say hip hop was nowhere. At some point we were even at par, but it was the local industry, the corporates that played a part, and then the community engaged, and then the fans engaged. So let's do the same here. Support your own, because I've brought down many South African hip hop artists and they say, man, I would not survive in a studio in Zimbabwe with these type of artists. You get what I'm saying? They already acknowledge the talent. The talent is here. You see, sometimes there's what we call corporate responsibility. Let's not always look at making money. Let's look at building our own gems.
Oluthando ubaba uthe isishiya khumbula amazwi akhulumayo uKelvin wathi Kelvin uchiyela odadewenu usaba bakhangile uKelvin ube nguye ubaba bese simthembile thina njengabantwana baka Owenhliziyo silahlekelwe kakhulu ngoba lapho kade sesithule singasakhulumisani egrouphini esasiyenza ubengena yena aqalisa ukuthi bantwana bakaManax kwenzakalani la nxa ulohlupho ukhuluma laye Kelvin ube umuntu othanda ukuhleka umbuye usetown kwesikhathi ngansi zophora sendonso dakaManax angwazi ngathi uKelvin ithi Kelvin uhambile ungachongo lolilizwe elilodwa ubaba watsho wathi Kelvin ngcino dadewethu bese ukufisa lathi ukuthi uchilo ilizwe elilodwa kithi njengabafowethu kodwa ungasenani uNkulunkulu ubone kufanele.
I was watching his most popular songs Kupanla. It had 40,000 views on YouTube, but I'm looking at some songs that are okay, but you look at Zikopani, it went worldwide, but still the views were low. Why is that?
I think Kelvin is one underrated rapper. It was one underrated rapper. I'm saying this because I became friends with Kelvin back in 2014. That was like 6 years ago when he came to Harare for the Zim Hip Hop Awards. You know, I'm an R&B artist, but I go everywhere. I don't have a boundary, understand? So we became friends, and I felt that Kelvin was underrated as much as talent is concerned, you understand? So me and my producer, we decided to work with Kelvin on a project. We've got a song that we did together called Without Me, you know? So I think a lot of people, they tend to support someone once they are gone. That's what I think. But when they are alive, they don't really give their own the support that they deserve, you understand? I kept on insisting that I wanted to do a project with Kelvin because I felt a lot of people thought maybe us Harare guys and Bulawayo guys, we don't get along. That's what they think. But me, I want to show people that we are one at the end of the day, and we can just do a project together and it blows up. And to be honest, the song that I did with Kelvin is one big record on the project that I've done over the years, you know. So his record getting 40,000 views, it's a disappointment because Bulawayo is bigger like Harare as well, and the support that we get in Tiriko Harare is the same support that I expect Bulawayo people to give their own, you know.
You say you have a song that you did with Kelvin. How was your working relationship? Taking into cognizance that a lot of people are telling us that he had his side that was not on the good side. How did you work with him?
People talk, especially when you're on the limelight. People always has something to say. You understand what I mean? So Calvin was doing what he was doing because he was being an artist. There are certain things that you do as an artist that an ordinary person won't understand. You know, that's the artistic part of life, you know. So working with Calvin was amazing because at first we became friends and we became more like brothers. So working together on a project was more like it was more like Christmas. It was more like a walk in the park, you know. So it didn't end there because before his death, we were planning on working on a song for his latest album. We were in the process of doing a record together, but unfortunately, this happened.
Words of condolence to the family.
I just want to say, may the good Lord give you comfort. This is a very, very painful phase, and it's going to take time for you to sink in. And I just pray that God gives you comfort, to be honest. But I've got a few words for the fans out there. Please support your own before they go, before they die. You understand? The support that you're giving Calvin today is the support that I expect you to give your own whilst they are still alive. Please, I'm talking to Bulawayo people, I'm talking to Harare people, to Gweru people, to Zimbabwe. Please give us the support that we deserve.
On his last week, wabiza wonke amajida ade siphila sonke wathi ngicela lingamphambanisi. Fe ngani uyakwazi wathi ngicela lingamphambanisi. Umamami ngumama nomntanami. Those are the three important things. Bese kaxabana ukuthi ajikise umuhambe ngini. So for those of you that were able to meet Calvin, the artist, thank you, siyabonga. Thina njengamajida vele siyalithanda. Ulele la uboy. Mntana kaManax. Ulele ngapha. But ubefuna ukuthi sinjani simcelebrate. Yinto ayenjani ayiphila ngayo.
Long live the Vin. Long live Lokshin Obama. Mina angilawo amaningi enthanda ukutsho kuphela ikumtshela uKelvin ukuthi hayi Kelvin uyinja egame. Kelvin uyi last number.
So I was Calvin's DJ, sound engineer and road manager. So we traveled a lot together. Calvin is the first person who took me to South Africa. Like every other Zimbabwean, I was scared we were calling. You know. So this one time we're in Cape Town, so we partied so hard. Sahambe Cape Town atu khamsa holiday. So we partied so hard. Zaspenda le mali bus. So Zimbabwe. So when we got there, Saspolege Ulo Mr. Lit Ufire. So Saspolege Ufire was trading imali Zambole Ufire. So manje so isikhathi sokuthi siphenduke ngapha eZimbabwe. I think we left about 2-3 days ukuthi izidindo zethu ze-expire. So sesicela uFire ukuthi Fire sicela njani ama-ticket. uFire wasilahlisa uFire imali leyana wayelayo uFire wathenga ama-ticket okuya kuJustin Bieber ushow. So uCalvin wathi yazithina member lo yazidilera member lo. Lapha ngcono sithingise i-TV ka-member lo. So unjalo hayi TV zayithatha zahamba zayithengisa onye umNigerian phansi kwe-street lapho. So sathengisa i-TV. After selling the TV, sathola kuyimali, so sathatha imali yakhona vele ngasoze kwana ukuthi sifike eZimbabwe. So we just took kwana ukuthi sifike eJoburg. Chiyela uFire, I think samchiyela uyi-change la kwawuzele off i-TV oyi-300 rand. Sakade zafika eJoburg. So now we got to Joburg, right? And we had talked to like so many people ukuthi abantu besincedise kanjani, but lana abantu banjalo abantu liyabazi abantu banyamala. So sasesele singasela option khonapho sise-park station. Sasibuye e-park station at like 6 a.m. Sise-park station sesistuck. Sazama manje ukuthi sicela abantu ngapha eZimbabwe ukuthi besithengele amathiketi thina sasicombola labana siposta amavidiyo. So we had Slomi Buru wethu othiwa uJones. Ngesikhathi sangikhona wayechaya amakhombi. Then uJones wagcina sesithengele i-ticket. Wasithengele amathiketi ayi-2. Sathi sangena ebhasini. And then we got to ZimSafe, and as zange satshela umuntu stories zona lezo. We kept their story to ourselves. Because yeah. But then ngokusebenza kwami loCalvin, we've been through so many things, we've been through so much, and we have big brothers and we had and we still have big brothers in the whole process. And there are two that I'd really like to thank who have been with us like throughout the whole journey. The first one is Babongi Deskonjo. Then the second one, I'd like to thank Kudam Sasiwa, also known as Bisan. Yeah, he's our brother from Harare. He's done so much for us. Every time we say Harare, Kudam Sasiwa will take care of us, you know, he'll do everything. Whether it's accommodation, whatever, we knew Bisan at our back. Thanks, Bisan.
Well, look, I'm from Kulmagakula. I don't really want to talk much, but look at me, look at how dirty I am. You know, I have not slept. I've been up since 5. We've been doing so many things as the organizing committee. There's Josh over there. If you can take a shot at Josh over there, you know, that's Josh as well, the organizing committee. We've been working, but why I've been working extremely hard is umnawam, you know, umnawam. And I think this is what you'd expect from me. I must just deliver for the guy.
Braba Bongile, I'm an artist in Bulawayo and I'm unknown because I'm always behind the scenes. I was listening to his track, maybe if I was a Shona, and Uyakhala. Why are my artists from Bulawayo not getting support from, especially, let's start from home, from Bulawayo fans or audience?
No. Bulawayo fans and audiences had no platform to hear the artists until Skies Metro came. So that we can rule out. The problem is the people, Abaranama national radio stations, do not understand that we've got 16 official languages in Zimbabwe. So every time, if they keep just playing music, they understand or one particular tribe, they are denying the rest of Zimbabwe 15 other languages that they can enjoy. And they collect TV licenses from all over the country. And So everyone deserves a chance on the national broadcaster. But if the national broadcasters decide that they're going to concentrate only on one tribe, then bangicha abantu. Bangicha abantu, I want to understand. In a way, and it is fueling tribalism because people do not understand us because they don't hear our art. So it is just nationally. National broadcaster, national radio, national TVs must understand what there are 16 official languages. I'm not going to stand for Ndebeles alone. The Tongas, Karangas, Amakalanga, Amanambia and company, they also want to be heard. But you're collecting tax from all of us, you're collecting license fees from all of us, but yet you decide that as a national broadcaster, you're only going to concentrate on people that speak one particular language in the country. That's wrong. Yeah.
I'm Chada. One congratulate to I said I'm shopping. Yeah, ukethile. But I'm coming my God to get him into book up. That's how I'm Chada Kumnandi so. And we're standing kakhulu and we turn this for what they at least they survive. So yeah, he was a very funny guy, compassionate, super hardworking, visionary, he was very vocal. And he used his gifts to the fullest. It's a tragic how we lost him. He was the greatest to ever do anything that he did to the fullest. No one can match his standards. He left a very huge gap that no one can fill, only him.
Kelvin uzelo chaka ephila uyindoda emadodeni utshengisile abantwana bethu ukuthi isipho siqhakatheke ukudlula yonke into emhlabeni nxa usilandela kule nhlonipho utshengisile ukuthi iqhawe ngemsebenzi athi ngokudala athi ngokuncane ngiyayibonga ibulawayo worship baba me ngokuthi limbeke lapho okubekwa khona ingqungquthela zalapha kobulawayo iqhawe leli khonokho elikwenzayo kuzakupha umdladla kulaba abaseleyo ukuthi badonse besiya ekulungeni hatshi ekugangeni siyabonga.
Greetings to the hip hop community. I want to start by saying thank you. And this is the reason why. I've been promoting hip hop for over 12 years. Never in my life have I seen anything like this, where the hip hop community and the arts come together to do something like this. So there's times I felt like giving up promoting hip hop, but after this week, I have hope, I have courage, and I'm gonna keep doing what the king was doing. I'm gonna tell you how we met. I do the Hip Hop Awards. I'm gonna tell you how we met. I got a message at 2 a.m. October 2014. Some young man sends me a message and says, I'm the best hip hop artist in Zimbabwe. I asked myself, so I was like, who are you? He's like, you don't know me? My name is Kelvin. If you let me perform at the Hip Hop Awards 2014, I will take over your city. His exact words, I will take over your city. And I was like, the arrogance. You take over what? He's like, yes, I'll take over your city. I will become the biggest hip hop artist in Zimbabwe. Not just Bulawayo, Harare, wherever. promoters out there are not giving me the chance. And then I thought it's one of those other messages. So I ignored it. The next day, same time, 2 a.m., I get the same message. I ignore it. The next day, I get the same message. And then I told him, kid, you're too cocky, you're too arrogant. I don't like you. He's like, I don't like you too. And then I was like, you know what? No one's ever spoken to me like that. I work for my money, I grind for my money, I go out and get mine. And then he says, me too? So something told me, this boy is just like me. You know? And then he says, the next day, okay, fine, let's make a bet. If I come over and I perform at the Zim Hip Hop Awards, and if I shut it down, every time we meet, you will be buying the alcohol. So when I heard alcohol, I was like, okay, wow, let me get it. So I called him, I'm like, okay, Vin, I'm gonna put you prime time. When everybody's seated, I'm gonna put this so-called Luveve boy on that platform that you're saying promoters don't wanna give you. I would do it. I brought him down to Harare, booked him. He came down there. But what I can tell you is, I lost the bet. Till today, the videos there on YouTube, I still can't forget the faces of the media, the faces of promoters, the artists, my own face. I was like, where did this boy come from? He literally shut Harare down and he did what he said. He did what he said and he took over the city. He took over Harare, he took over Zimbabwe. That day we knew we had a king. We knew we had a hip-hop king. His name was Kelvin. We fought many times. Oh, don't get it twisted, we fought many times. There's times he'll call me, I don't like these awards. Beefy, I don't like these awards. I was never nominated, I was supposed to win. They full of trash. But he'll call me 2 days later, and then he would say, but you know I love you, right? You just trashed me, but you're telling me you love me? And those that know Kelvin, if you really know Kelvin, you know when those little voice notes come in, 2 a.m., 4 a.m., hey brah, this is what I'm thinking. And I've been blessed. I've been blessed to know Kelvin. He's been there for me every time I called for him. Even if he wasn't agreeing with what I'm doing or what the organization is doing, he'll tell me, I don't like this, I don't like this, I'm not coming, but afterwards, let's meet up with my brother, let's have a drink. That was Kelvin. That was Kelvin. So I want to say, representing myself, representing Zim Hip Hop Awards, representing the hip hop community. Mama, we are here. Chloe, we are here. Control Tribe, MIB, Kelvin's concert, we are here as hip hop. We are here. Kelvin spoke his mind. We argued and argued and argued, but every day, after an argument, he'll call me and tell me, you know I love you.
Luveve that boy. God has a Luveve. God has a man.
Silahlekelwe ngusisi uSiboniso oweIYASA. Simunu kuyasilimaza wonke ngabantwana bethu. They mean a lot to us as uBulawayo. Silahlekelwe sihlobo zami. Silahlekelwa ngabantu abatsha, abantu abancane. Sicela ukuthi uNkulunkulu angenele. Ngithe ngifika ngeTuesday ngekhaya eku-55. Ubhuti Nyathi wakhuluma into eqhakathekileyo ukuthi ngesikhathi se-lockdown ama-artists lama-sports persons babe heavily affected. Nxa ukule policy yakho, ipolicy yakho ukuthi ilakusile, ngenxa yokuthi kungahaywanga umuntu kawuholi ndawo. Nxa kuyikuthi kudingakala imali yokuthi uye esibhedlela, ngenxa yokuthi awuhaywanga, awukwanisi ukuya esibhedlela. Ngiyakhumbula ukuthi kulana umnyaka salahlekelwa nguWinnie Khumalo ngenxa yemali zamaphilisi awethuyela zwi.
Kelvin is one of the torch bearers in terms of arts and culture in the city, and he also managed to impact the nation and globally in terms of hip hop. He has done a lot in the city. He has won a number of awards that are going to be acknowledged during the proceedings. He was responsible for a lot of talent identification, grooming and exposure in his home area, Eluveve, and the surrounding areas.
Okay, you said he sang hip hop. Hip hop is mostly aligned to Ama youth. Taking into cognizance that in his song, I Wish I Was a Shona, he didn't get much support from his kids, meaning Ama youth. Why is it so? Why do you think he didn't get support from Ama youth because of the genre that he sang?
I hold a contrary view, because judging by the tour that we had, a farewell tour that we had across the city, ending up with performances at Luveve, people that could identify with Kelvin were predominantly youth. So in a greater way, he really impacted young people in the city.
But by support, I mean financial support. At one time, I attended one of his shows at Elite 400. The attendance was extremely pathetic.
Yeah, that's understandable, but generally the patterns of participation audiences in Bulawayo are quite varied, and especially for a genre like hip hop, the audiences are still very low. Even for established musicians, whom I may not mention, we still have challenges in really getting decent audiences compared to other musicians that may be coming from outside the country, say South Africa, or even musicians from Harare. So there are these demographics that we are battling with in terms of attracting reasonable audiences, and it's something that we are working on as a city.
Now that you mentioned that an artist from Harare or South Africa would come here, I would hasten to mention Cassper Nyovest. I bet that if you were to come here today, this amphitheater will be packed, compared if we were to say, Calvin, can you sing? Our audience would be pathetic as well. Why is that pattern like that?
I think you may appreciate that when you look at the cultural and creative industries in South Africa, they are well invested in from the corporate and from government and from the communities themselves. And it took quite a number of years. The ANC government inherited a very vibrant arts and culture sector, exemplified by the infrastructure in South Africa with proper systems and structures. And we are still yet to get there.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nyapimbi. Any words of farewell for Calvin?
it's been a wake-up call. Personally for me, and I can safely say for the city, it's the first time that we are having something like this. It's really a moving moment, and it has left us with a challenge to unite, to support each other, and to be more structured and organized in the way that we do our work going forward.
So those musicians that are performer, we're going to ask first Sahapa Motreva Dongo. Thereafter, it's United Rwanda artist Fish F, and then he.
Mufungwa kufunga iwe sakanda funga kukunyorera tsamba pamwaka wega ndokutumira. It's your boy Trevor D. Trevor Okwadongo, the king of R&B, and you're watching Zim GBC News.
Heels Gitembuena Jesum Gitembuena. My name is Amanda Grace and you are watching Zim GBC News. Thank you.
Good morning. We appreciate your presence here when you are coming here to send off one of our gallant singers in coming out of Bulawayo. What would you say about Calvin?
Well, I would say Calvin was one of probably the most talented artists from Zimbabwe, and it's a pity and it's sad we have lost him this way, whereby I understand that he was hit by a car. But it's a life well lived, to be honest. I've done a song with Calvin called Konzeresa with another guy called Bright 360. We were actually working on a video because I had spoken to Calvin. I said, Calvin, don't worry, I'm going to make arrangements for you so that you come and shoot a video. So when I actually heard about it, I think a few days ago, that Calvin is no more, I'll be very honest with you, I was really touched and I broke down. And all I can say right now is, instead of us crying, I would urge all Zimbabweans, especially those who come from his area, Luveve, where I was yesterday. It's like a ghetto, I come from a ghetto, Chitunguiza, so it was almost the same. But I would urge everybody to celebrate the life that he lived. He lived a very, Kevin was such a good guy and a great guy. And I would say, where he has gone, he's going to be probably looking after looking at us and doing and pushing his legacy. May God comfort his family and be with us, and may more talent come out of Bulawayo. I'll tell you the truth, Kevin broke barriers. You would not know whether Kevin is coming from which province, because Kevin, he was so proud of his lingua. He had this Ndebele accent to rap that he brought. At the same time, he's doing some rap in English. So he was unique and he was so confident. He wasn't afraid whereby people would say, no, people from Harare. Kevin didn't mind. He became the best hip hop artist in Zimbabwe. And this is why we are here to celebrate this talent. And we would say, you know what, Trevor Wall, my guy, rest in peace. But we are going to still celebrate your legacy.
Thank you, Mniwa. I have different questions from what you have just articulated. You have heard of his song, If I Was a Shona?
Yes, I actually heard of his song.
I was listening to that song. What he bemoans is what affects me as an artist as well. We're not blaming regionalism or Shonaism, but we're simply saying there is something wrong with Bulawayo and Omatebeleland. As it is, people have thronged amphitheater for his send-off. But one of his shows that I attended at Elite carries, I think, about 500 to 600 people. There were less than 20 people. What do you attribute that to?
Well, I've spoken to Albert Nyati. Albert broke these barriers. To be honest with you, we should never play the tribal card, from my understanding, as art. Because at the end of the day, yesterday when I was here, I saw a lot of fans celebrating me, and I felt proud. I will not slide it aside, or just to push it aside or shove it aside to say there won't be any irregularities concerning Harare and Bulawayo. The truth is, there's more attention in Harare. That I will not lie. You know, even people in Mutare complain. But I do believe that sometimes your talent will open doors for you. I'll look at a guy called Asaph. He's doing quite great. Thank you. He's doing quite great. And the likes of Albert Nyati, he's celebrated all over. You get what I'm trying to say? So one thing I would simply say is that we need to be more determined as an artist. Forget the tribal card. And when we are moving, just to believe in yourself, have that self-belief. Kevin was getting to that. And I believe probably he got to that because Kevin actually became the best hip-hop. You know, we were all in Harare. He came and took awards from all of us. So it's a great thing that we would say. But the truth is, I would really ask National Arts Council, Zimura and other boards to actually also treat fairly other artists from other towns, to be an extent, because at the end of the day, what really happens is that attention is in Harare. We can't deny it, and I'll be very honest, we can't deny it. But I do believe that since we now have Skies Metro here, we now have other radio stations. I think all these things are the gap is being bridged now. Yes.
Any words for his fans and family?
Kelvin fans, I think Kelvin left you very good songs that you will live to be listening to for a very long time. And I would just say I'm very sorry and my condolences to the family. The mom, when I saw the mom, I almost cried. I just had to hold back my tears because I want to celebrate his life. This young man was vibrant, and he actually did a collaboration with a South African artist. He's probably the first hip-hop artist to do big collaborations with South African artists like Cassper Nyovest. Nobody has ever done it. So Kevin was breaking records. And as Mudiwa, I would say, you know what, the young man, we lost talent as Zimbabweans and as hip-hop board.
A gospel line in song to say farewell from Mudiwa.
Oh, what I probably say is, yes, what I probably say is, Kevin, my boy, I just wish you travel well wherever you're going. Here, we're down here. We're still going to carry on with your legacy. We're still going to sing Jesus Christ. We're still going to praise Jesus Christ. May God bless your family. May God comfort your family.
Thank you so much for having me. Silahlekile kakhulu thina njengabahlabeleli ba koBulawayo. Kelvin nathi abantwana abancane asakhulayo. Vele brighter future ahead of them. And the way afenga khona kubuhlungu kakhulu, you know. Yes, uNkulunkulu yasechila ukuthi ilanga lakho selifikile, but we're not supposed to go in such a manner, in such a way. That's why we are calling for justice for Kelvin. But what I can say is his legacy will live on. His music will live on. A control tribe will grow. They'll grow. Ibrand like Kelvin. We are all there. Sizubuhlungu sidabukile and everything, but
seemingly it's very, very hard for artists to make it or break into this music industry. How is it attributed to ukuthi Kobulawa we always struggle? Look at Majaiva, he ended up giving up on music. Why kunjalo?
I always answer abantu ngithi I suppose maybe 20 years ago when things were happening the way that Sensakalanga Kona, things were different. But now I personally think the ground is even for everyone. So things that we're complaining about, which we are not getting airplay, we're now going virtual. Which when as a person you can choose. Ingomas ga Kelvin abaning, like you're saying, they are from a radio, but they knew them through YouTube and all. And YouTube is not I control umuntu, it's controlled by us. So we just have to work extra harder and breakthrough. Soon breakthrough is for everyone, not for only one person. But what I would say to the young ones is you have to work really, really hard and never stop creating. Continue creating each and every day. Lingami. One day things will happen.
If you did work with Kev, how are your relationship?
Okay, I'm more like a sister, so liar, that's what she'll call me. And then every time you know, you all know how Kelvin was. So every time I see him, I say, why are you drinking? Why are you doing this? You know? So we did a song together, but unfortunately I just not a video. And hopefully it will come out soon.
For upcoming artists, what advice can you give them or tell them?
I would say to the young ones, life is what you make it to be. Stand up, do what you believe in. It's your brand at the end of the day, and you understand it better. So don't let anyone stop you from doing what you believe in. Kelvin didn't stop. So he believed that hip hop is his thing. And he pushed hip hop. I know a lot of us as Kukile, we don't understand really hip hop that much. But he understood it and he fought for it. That's why we are here today to celebrate him. And Imnandi.
With Amanda Black, a gospel artist from Bulawayo, she has been mistaken to come from South Africa. Can you dispel that?
Well, I'm not from South Africa, as you have said. My name is Amanda Grace, and I am from Bulawayo. I am from Zimbabwe, and I'm proudly Bulawayo. I'm proudly Ndebele. Yes, that's who I am.
Thank you very much. Can you tell us a bit about Kelvin, if you know him or if you have worked with him?
Kelvin is like I think from the interviews that you've heard about him and from him in a lot of media, Kelvin is one artist that started in church as a gospel hip hop artist, and we worked a lot together because we used to do music together at Word of Life then, and then he then moved to go bigger than that. But generally, I think he was an amazing artist. I feel like he was so much inspiring because Kelvin was one artist that would always push to say you can go bigger than where you are, you can go bigger than Bulawayo, you can go bigger than Zimbabwe. We should look to do our music for the whole globe, and that for me is so inspiring. I think even from his talks and his push and his aggression, for artists, he was one person that really stood out.
And his demise, what can you say about his death?
It's so disheartening, it's so sad because he was still so young, and I believe that there's so much more that we were yet to experience with him, but also I thank God because I feel like he expressed everything he wanted to express, and he wrote the music, he wrote the lyrics, he showed his heart. If there's anything that a lot of people have been testifying about Kelvin, it's that he's one person that was not shy to speak his heart and to speak his mind. So I feel like he exhausted everything that God had placed in him. We saw the talent, we saw the aggression, we saw the gift, and that for me is amazing.
On the expression and speaking his mind out, I was listening to his song If I Was a Shona. Do you think the lyrics that he put there are telling the truth?
Very interesting to ask me that question, but you know what? Listen, Kelvin's music is honest music. There's nothing that he did that he was probably trying to, like, it's like Banjala Bantu. He doesn't have a song where he was just trying to impress people, or he would write it as it is. He was an honest writer, he was an honest lyricist, he was an honest musician. So I feel like even that song as well, I feel like that's him just being honest, and that's him just putting it as it is in the industry. Not going too much into detail about it.
As an analyst, I'm reading in between the lines. He's saying not the tribal connotation,
yeah.
but if he had been from that side, his views from YouTube would have surpassed 40,000 on Skupanila.
Yeah.
But since he was from Bulawayo, removing the Shona connotation, his views on YouTube stayed at 43,000.
Okay, I'll say this. Actually, drawn also from the interview, the last interview that he had on media, he said something. He said that our region or our side of location is not as supportive of the music. He spoke about people that buy the music. He spoke about people that watch the music on YouTube. He spoke about issues to do with support from the industry as a whole. And I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to be tribal about it, but then I will say this, that he had a point there. And it's one thing that shouldn't stop just with Calvin. It should go for every other artist, as Bulawayo, as every other location in the nation. I feel like there's need for us to support local artists and just push the music, buy the music, view the music. It goes a long way. Like, comment, share. It goes a long way.
Do local radio stations or Zimbabwean radio stations play a part in enhancing the popularity of a musician?
Definitely they do, because before I can be famous in South Africa or in Botswana, or before I should even be famous in Germany or in Nigeria, I should first be famous at home. People at home should know me, they should know my music. So it's important that the local radio stations and the local TV stations play our music, push our music. We need them to do that. I don't know exactly how far they go in doing that, but then we depend on those local radio stations and those local stations to push our music and make sure that we get that coverage.
Word of advice for upcoming artists?
Don't give up. The industry is not easy. It's not easy. There's so much work that you have to. Hard work pays. Don't give up. It will take a while. Process may come, but you know what? Don't stop. Don't give up.